right, come on, here we go.
Boom! Welcome back to another episode of the 456 podcast. I am your host, Mr. Jones, along with my super co-hosts and partners.
Dad, what up, people?
JB, what up, y'all?
And we got Ace in the back behind the scenes.
Yo.
And we are 456. So what's up, everybody out there? I know y'all cold. It was windy as hell out there today.
Ooh.
Super cold out there today.
Man,
And it was nice yesterday,
But 2
yeah.
days ago, remember, it was like 70 degrees and shit.
Yeah, it was.
It was this
68.
morning earlier. It was cool,
It was like
but then
40
wind start
something.
whipping.
Yeah, it was
That
like
We
wind.
must spend a lot of time on the weather.
Now we can talk about weather because then we can go to like climate
They
change.
say that when you do that, you ain't got nothing to talk about, and we got some shit to get
Nah,
into.
we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to
We
talk
got some
about.
shit to get into.
We got a lot to talk about. But let me see, anything going on?
The comedy, the show, the jazz thing for Valentine's.
Oh yeah, there is another B-Man Productions event, Valentine's Day comedy jazz festival.
Is it comedy? Because I just see jazz. It's, I got.
No, look, I pulled the.
No, I already got it. I got a
Okay.
special invite. You ain't have to tell me nothing.
Okay.
But now, even though you was telling me about it, I got I didn't see it say comedy, but I didn't recognize any of the comedians on there. But I
Yeah,
did see
he had one of the comedians go live on the book today.
Okay, all right, okay, and that's on my birthday, I think.
Yeah.
Ain't that the 15th?
Yeah.
I think it's February 15th, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me see.
I'm not
find
having
out
a party
exactly.
this year,
Just
y'all.
post it on the page. That's
It's
all.
up there.
It's on the page.
It's up there.
But yeah, yo, so that event is definitely going on. So check that out. And all the numbers on there if y'all need to contact somebody to get tickets or whatever. The numbers is on there. Reach out to them. They give you tickets. B-Man Production once again. What else going on? I think that's all I got right now.
I ain't got nothing.
Or something new.
I ain't got nothing. You got anything? No? All right.
That's it.
Ain't got nothing coming on.
MLK Day is Monday. If you
Oh
want to
yeah,
volunteer.
yeah. Martin Luther King. Shout out to Martin Luther King Jr. His birthday was.
It's coming up Monday.
Yeah.
It's coming up Monday.
The celebration.
With the
Monday.
celebration
His
birthday.
Yeah,
The birthday
that's
was-
yes, you're right.
yeah,
You're absolutely right.
yeah.
The
And
day
I don't know
before-
why they do it like that. I still
I don't know
understand
either.
why they do
I don't
that.
know
but
either.
it is what it is. I take that day with pay. Good looking, MLK.
What's up, Shakira? How you doing?
So yeah, we jump right into it. Forced vaccinations. What y'all think about that? You with it? You not with it? You think it's good? You don't think it's good? You think it's 100% proof of not getting it? You got a dome over you. You got the Midas touch. So now once you get that shot, you're like, nigga, touch me. I'm good. Or you think, nah, that shit ain't 100%, so I ain't fucking with it.
You say forced vaccinations, like they making you take it?
Yeah.
If you don't
Ain't
take
no-
it, what, you go to jail?
You don't go to school.
No, you can't go to school or some.
And it's not forced. It's immunization. So what that is, let's be clear, it's certain shots that all of us have gotten as kids, growing up, that is supposed to protect us from certain drugs. Like diseases. Like y'all know when y'all was 13, and when you was 13. And you had to go get that booster shot that they shot you up in
Yeah,
your
I got
arm,
that. I
and
remember
everybody's arm swole up, and that bitch hurt it for a couple
I
days.
thought that was a technic shot.
Nah, the tetanus is
Nah,
something
you only
different.
get that if you get cut on.
Well,
step
you-
on it now.
Yeah, but they want like
Oh, that's
yeah,
when it goes straight in.
Yeah,
Oh,
but that booster shot, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody
Yeah,
got.
what was that for?
It was basically originally they gave you an immunization shot. And I'm not a doctor, so I don't want to get
Ace,
technical.
you can look
But
on.
no,
that
here's
shit
the
up.
thing. I don't want to get technical into what it was, but what it was, or what they told our parents that it was it was to protect us from certain diseases. Like there were certain diseases that was out that you really don't see around.
Chicken
too
pox.
much. Not chicken pox so much, but I would say
I
more
remember
like,
having that.
I had chicken pox too, but that was as a kid.
Like polio.
Like polio,
Shit like
malaria. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see that stuff coming back, but
Measles,
mumps. Like, everybody don't got the mumps. Everybody ain't got the measles. Chicken pox was out. Like not even when it was out, but
I don't even see that too much
right.
anymore.
But when you had chicken pox, right?
I never had it.
All right, when you had chicken pox, right? You got around somebody and they got you know what I mean, they wound up getting the chicken pox and shit.
I don't remember that. Like, I don't remember.
I do, because I remember how I
being
got
around
mine.
somebody and then getting it. Like,
I
don't
remember how I
that.
got mine. Like, I got mine from my sister, so I know, like, that's how that happened
Yeah, I
with
don't
me.
remember. Because I don't remember nobody in my house having it when I had it.
I
And
remember
I don't
people-
remember nobody in my house getting it after I had it.
Yeah, I remember like going to school, like you might hear somebody catching it, and they might not come to school for a few days, a week or something.
It's like a week. It's like
Yeah,
7
they take
10
it
Like,
days.
oh, I ain't seen this person, or they got a chicken
The
pox.
Technic is what you get first. The booster is the same thing, but it's a booster in the Technic. So
Okay,
it's like
so,
a
okay. So that's what
It's
the
the
difference
same
was.
thing,
So
yeah.
it's boosting.
It's Technics, then booster.
So you don't have to take another tetanus shot. They just give you-
Statistician back there,
Thank you, sir.
statistician.
Yeah, there we go. Yes.
So the thing that I will say is this, okay? Like, I guess like we do have to question a lot of stuff that's going into our bodies, but I can say like there was a lot of stuff that was around that you really don't see anymore. Like there was a lot of infections and diseases that was out. Now I mean that they
You know what I don't see? I don't see
Sheeta
ringworm.
said, first she said, hi Sheeta, and she don't think it should be forced. Tetanus is every 10 years, and there was just a measles outbreak recently.
Okay. I don't think it should be forced. That's the, when I told you it was one thing I agree with you on, it's the forced part. That's the part that I don't agree with. I don't think that it should be forced.
No, absolutely.
I don't think that
should be
think-
forced.
That's the only part that I don't agree with. Do I think that these immunizations kind of help? I'm gonna say if you kind of look at some shit, yeah, it was a measles outbreak, but with the mumps, like it's a lot of other shit that it.
What I want to know about the flu shot, Sheeta, you work in the medical field, like the flu shot, do they force people that work in the medical profession to take a flu shot? 'Cause
I think so.
Yeah, I think
think
I
so.
heard that or seen that somewhere where they force people like that
think
work
so.
in hospitals to take the flu shot. Like I
I
want to
think,
know if
I'm
that's
not
true.
positive.
Yeah, I need to know if that's true.
Jervis, you can do a Google.
I think
Because
I think they probably would.
And
I'm
I
not saying
seen-
that's right, but I think they
I
probably
seen
would.
something somewhere where I forgot what kind of job the person had, but like they suspended them for 5 days, and if they didn't get it after that, they suspended them for 10. They still didn't do it. They like fired them.
But I could see that though.
And I think it was the flu shot. They were.
I honestly could
That's
see that.
crazy.
I could see that in the medical field. I mean, it may not. I don't think it's right, but I could.
So, can
I
I ask you a
don't think it's
question
right.
though? So, do you think you know how you were saying we was just saying the chicken pox, we ain't seen that in a while, da 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 da. So, do you think that was based off of getting those shots? That's why it doesn't exist
I think
anymore?
I think that had a lot to do with it. I think it kind of kept it down. Yeah, I do.
So, you don't think it had nothing to do with your body having its own immune system to be able to fight certain stuff off?
That's possible too, but I think this kind of enhanced that by, because think about the generations that got the shot and then the kids, like, so you got the shot, right? And then,
Well, I ain't getting no shot. I just got the chicken pox and
You ain't
my
never get a
grandma's.
shot. You got
Nah.
shots when you was a kid. Your mom.
No, what I'm saying
when
is
you was
when
a-
I got the chicken pox,
They
I didn't get a
No,
shot.
there was a
after
shot.
that.
No. Nobody got the shot to clear up the chicken pox.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying.
How
That
y'all
sound
get
like a-
chicken pox though? What
It's
I don't know. That's what I'm
it's
saying.
a-
I don't
Just
even
like
know what
tennis
it's
when you
from.
was flipping on that dirty.
When you flip on dirty matches in the biscuit and
I
tape.
ain't never
And
had
I
tennis.
did.
I ain't never had tennis.
I did, bitch.
That's because
I
you
did.
caught a neck. That's
I
why.
did. I was flipping on them fucking dirty ass abandoned mattresses.
But getting back to what y'all both said, I think y'all both right. I think that getting it like probably slowed it down or like made it disappear, and like you said too, like your body build up immune.
Has
like,
its own immune
yeah,
system.
It build up.
That's
The
the
thing
purpose of
just
it.
said if you a healthy person, you don't need to take the flu shot. If you healthy.
Well, we're not just talking about the flu right here. Like, let's see, like the flu shot. I think that the flu shot and what we're talking about is two different things. Like, they're not going to
The vaccinations is one thing, but that flu shot
it's something
is
different.
something different.
And that's an optional thing. Now, when we're talking about you saying jobs, making people get the flu shot, like I said, I don't think it's the right thing, but I can see in the medical field when you're dealing with elderly patients and sick people who's susceptible to certain diseases kind of easily, they probably would. I can see that. They probably would say, hey, we need you to get this fucking shot so you may not get sick, but you might carry it to somebody else. And we can't have that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it's right, but I could see a field like that doing that. But then you gotta look and say, I don't have to take the job. I don't have to take the job.
But
Like,
what if you already working somewhere and they make you do it? Dawn said
That's
she had
new.
to take it working with consumers. So like, do they like? And what shots are they forcing you to get?
Wait,
like,
yeah,
are they
explain that,
forcing-
Dawn. What did you have?
are they
You had to
forcing
get the
you
flu
take
shot?
a flu shot or like something to prevent like the measles and
Wait,
other stuff.
because
I
I mean,
think it's
the
different.
thing with
like, hold up, no.
I think
can
it's
see
different.
I can see you saying a nurse, like, but what kind of job are you? What, like, honestly, like, if I'm a person that's not taking a flu shot, like, if I'm one of those people that just object to taking the flu shot, what type of job am I going to have that's going to make me do it to keep it? You like if it's like I'm trying to figure out what type of job are you doing? I don't like what kind of job would be like a nursing field. Like I could see a motherfucker.
So you
But what
just-
if you was a janitor in the hospital?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. What if
Yeah.
you just like you did maintenance in the
I don't-
hospital,
One,
and you got decent money.
I don't think
Well, that's
they,
even-
I don't think they would do that though because you're
But
not
if you're
having,
a janitor,
you're
you
not having
touching everything.
But you're not having direct contact.
But
with
you
the
still
patient.
in the hospital.
You're not having
And you
direct.
touching everything.
You're not having direct contact with the patient though. That's the
You
difference.
might have to go in their room to fix something. You
But
still
that's
working
yeah,
in
but
there.
that's- in their
between-
rooms.
but-
Or then how you going to differentiate like a nurse? All right, y'all got to take it, but
And
you doing
because-
MRIs or X-rays, so you don't got to do it. But you around the day around the same.
Because a lot of these hospitals, the employees that clean the hospital ain't even employees of the hospital.
Yeah, they normally
They usually like
contract
a
out.
contracted company that they
Yeah,
hire.
they're in the
well,
union.
some of them, yeah, they can.
But
But
most of
they
them.
work there. They work there. Like I know this one dude. I see him. He work at Huntingford and he work at Robert Wood, and he be at both of them. Man, he work like he don't work for like.
But we saying, what if now? Do we know that they doing that? And Dawn said the TB and the flu.
TB and the
TB
flu.
and the flu.
That's the mandatory
Now-
stuff.
Now the TB, I had to do it when I worked at the hospital.
Yes.
Like we had to get that done. The flu, when I was there, they wasn't. You didn't have to do that.
I think that. I mean, I'm not saying that it's right. And if you're totally against injections or something, you could probably find another
But
job.
what I want to know, what vaccinations are they forcing you to take? They forcing you to take the flu shot,
but don't they
or
give you-
forcing you to do like the tetanus shot or something like to prevent the measles and?
What are they forcing you to
In the
take?
school.
It's
Well,
the immunizations.
yeah, Google it.
It's
It
the-
was
you
from
gonna
the
brought it
school.
up?
Yeah, and it's from the school system.
It's the immunizations, the ones like you know when they be like you got the shot records and all that shit.
Yeah.
When you transfer the kid,
Yeah.
it's the mumps, measles, malaria, and it's begin with a P. But it's a list like, and it
Yeah.
probably grown. The list
It
probably
did.
grown since we were young, but it's a
They
list
grown a
like
lot.
mumps, measles, mumps, malaria. Oh, yeah.
I got comments. She just said like they could refuse it but have to wear a mask while at work for the whole flu season. And she just recently interviewed her son pediatrician about vaccination. He told me they don't see children in their office if they're not vaccinated. Wow. That the housekeepers go in the rooms to change trash. They could easily be exposed to anything airborne. They have some contact with the patient. Yeah, like everybody that work in that hospital, like
Yeah,
you
there's
have-
the ventilation
yeah.
system. The air blowing this room and blowing out.
I mean,
So
I don't
you
think
in this
that is-
room and you
Like,
got some
sneeze,
shit, you can
cough.
blow it in the next
Yeah,
room.
I don't think it's listen, I ain't gonna front. I think you should have to take some of this stuff if you work in the
like
field.
what, the flu shot or the vaccine?
I'm not saying the vaccinations. The flu shot I think is an option, a choice. Because the flu, let's be honest, like yes, the flu can kill some people. But most 9 times out of 10, you get the flu, you stay
Down
home,
for a few days.
you down for a few days, you get yourself back right, and then
But
you,
like, go ahead. I mean, 'cause
but you take off, you get yourself back right, and then you go back to work.
yeah, like they said, you know, if you're a healthy person, they said that you probably don't need the flu shot.
So that's what I'm saying, like the flu.
That's what I think this should be based on.
But I don't know why I don't think this. I think that we got off track because this was about forced vaccination, and the
Not
flu
the
shot
flu
is
shot.
not one of those.
No, that's not.
That's not the
No.
flu shot is not a forced vaccination.
No,
And-
because the ones I'm talking about is what they're saying is pertaining to kids in school.
yeah, it's like it should sell you.
It's a whole bunch. I googled it earlier. Like
It's a lot.
A whole
It's
lot.
a lot.
It's a
It's
lot,
really
man.
about the kids.
APV or some shit like
Yeah,
that. Like
yeah,
Yeah, a whole
it's
bunch of
not-
acronyms that a joker don't even know what it is.
But they real things. These aren't like.
No, I ain't saying it ain't real. I'm
Like
just saying.
these, okay, I put it to you like this. Okay, and I say this to you, all right. Like we may not see that shit here. Like we may not be seeing those diseases that much here. But if you go in a third world country, Why you think they always sending doctors and stuff over there just to inject these people with vaccinations? Because if you go to a third world country, a lot of these kids have a lot of these diseases, and you may not think it's true, but it is. But it is though. Like, and a lot of the stuff that we kind of have gotten away from, that we don't really have to worry about. Like, there's a lot of shit we do need to worry about. I don't think we need to worry about. Like, I don't want to worry about polio no more. Like, I don't want to think about. Like, and I can honestly say I ain't never known nobody that had polio.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? Like, I can't say I know nobody that had the mumps. Maybe they did, but I ain't know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe the measles.
Maybe the measles. I'm sure and chicken pox.
chicken
Okay,
pox, yeah.
but that was common even when we was getting sick, right?
Yeah.
So, maybe not.
That's the only
so
time I
much.
remember it.
Not really.
After our generation.
Well, that's where I got this thing at right here on my forehead.
Still got the same.
Yeah, yo, you know when you get a
Yeah, the chicken pox.
It was a chicken pox right here.
Oh, yeah, you get the scratching in
That was
there.
it so bad. I dug that bitch out, and I still got the indent in my forehead. And it's
See,
funny
you should have
because.
got that vaccination.
And it's
that
funny.
vaccination.
I probably did, but it probably did. But here's the thing. That's the thing, though. What you're saying. I probably did get the vaccinations when I was a little, but that one probably didn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? Like
and that's one of the things I was gonna say, because everybody ain't the same.
Right, and that's
so if I take something, it might work perfectly for my blood type or my being. But you might take the exact same thing, and it's the total opposite because of what your blood type is.
Or it just don't work.
Yeah.
But I think
so for me to say, all right, everybody line up, and I'm giving this one thing that works for me to everybody, ain't right.
I think that risk was worth the reward. Like,
I
I think
said,
that,
look on the CDC website for the vaccination chart. Like, you can see like when you're supposed to get these shots and like the whole schedule and what the different shits mean.
and what
and all
it is.
that.
I think that doing it, like, the risk outweighed the odds. Like, if you had 10 people in line and you gave all 10 people of this one shot, and only one of these people wound up getting it, I think that's a really great. That's great because now because now if you didn't, that's what I'm about to say. No, but no. What if you gave none of them the shot? But you looking at it like none of them got it, but people were getting it. So you can't say none of them would get it. We can't say none of them.
I'm not saying.
So when I'm saying that's what you
I'm just saying, if we took those same people that we gave the shots to, we didn't give them the shots, and none of them got whatever disease we was taking the shots for.
Like I said, I think the risk outweighed the reward because it was proven that there were, and I'm only using a small number, and I don't know the numbers, so don't go by what I'm saying. But I'm gonna just go. If there was 10 people, probably 2 or 3 of them were getting it. Without, if all 10 of them get, probably 2 or 3 were getting a shot. But by us giving everybody the shot, we got that down to 1. I think that, and if you put that on the grand scheme of thing of millions of people, I think that's a good ratio.
I don't know, because now when you start looking at 1 million, those numbers change drastically.
So what you saying? If it's 3 million people in the world and you gave all 3 million
now
people
you got
a
a
shot,
couple 100,000 that's getting
no, because we said 1 out of 10.
Yeah,
So
but you said 1 million. So now when you start looking at millions, now you're looking at a bigger number for the ones that's getting it.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't want those 100,000 people to spread out, and now we're not giving it to nobody else. So these 100,000 people in this 3 million got it, right? But we ain't giving it to nobody else. We ain't get it. So now these 100,000 people spread out, and nobody else has it, right? So now that's gonna spread, right?
No. So my thing is this though. If we can find out a vaccine to fight something, then we can find something that can keep you from totally getting it. So if you know, all right. So if you know A, B, and C is going to get you D. So now we can figure out a way to make sure that you don't ever get A, B, and C. Because you know what's going to happen if you do get it. So that's like, all right, if you know you're allergic to peanuts or whatever, you're not going to eat the peanuts to have a reaction or whatever. So now if you know what can affect you to make you have it, then you make sure that that's something that you're not around, you don't deal with, or you don't go, or you don't touch or eat or whatever. Instead of just giving it to you and saying, go ahead around it anyway.
You think that like these diseases are caused by stuff that we do? Like eat.
Yeah, I think it's a
You
little
think
bit of
that like
everything.
malaria and polio and stuff like
It comes
that?
from, where's it come from? So
I
that's
don't
what I'm
know.
saying.
I don't know where
But
it
that's what I'm
comes from.
saying. We find
These
out
could have been-
these, we
but
get
you-
the
wait,
answers to these questions,
but
then
these-
we can have a better way to combat it.
But these could have been natural diseases that's a body created. Like you saying, you always saying, like you saying, like when the immune system will clean itself and this, that, and the third. But what if there was a disease that the body created and now it's out in the world?
Yeah, so we have to
So we
find
have to
that out,
fight
though.
it, right? So, but the medicine has to catch up. Like the science would have to catch up to get to the level where to get to the root of the beginning of it. So at that point,
Yeah,
all
so
you
that's
can
what
do
we
is
should
come
put the
back.
energy at instead of just saying, "Huh, take this."
But if it, I disagree. I'm just saying.
No,
I
that's
disagree.
fine. But that's just my
My opinion is
outlook on it.
forced. Forced is it shouldn't be forced. That's
No,
how
I
say.
don't think it should be either.
Our producer said, "Move on, man." He said, "Let's go."
Hey,
All right,
what
moving
about
right
this?
along.
What about this math, yo? Like this. Like how many of y'all got kids in school?
I know it. I know.
How many of y'all got kids in school that's doing math? Like, you know, and I'm talking about elementary school kids. I
Yeah.
ain't even talking about
Yeah, I was about
high
to
school.
say it's been a while because Tariq in high school now, and I remember when Kieran was first when he came, he was a freshman, so he ain't really dealt with that. But then with Tariq, I remember him coming home and I'm looking at the shit and I'm like,
Yo, my
What's
daughter,
this?
my daughter in second grade. I'll be like, why is they like they tell them like closest by 10, closest number to 10, and then go down, and I'm like, that's just too
Yeah, I'm like,
confusing.
And the
Like,
thing
what
is,
is
though,
this?
so I brought this up because one, like they got them doing math where they drawing grids, like you know what I mean? That
Bar graph.
like a
it's
chart
called
or-
no, it's
It's not a
called
bar graph,
It's
it's
called
a,
the graph. Is it what's it called?
It's not called a.
It's
graph.
called
It's called a
Google it. Google it. It's something where they'll draw these lines. Am I right about this, Ace?
Yeah, yeah, you're
It's
right.
like they'll draw these lines. So let's say it's 4 times 6, right? So you draw 4 lines going this way, right? And then you draw 6 lines going this way. And then wherever those lines intersect that, you put a dot, and then you draw this like.
Wow,
What,
that's
am I right, Ace?
That's
You
even
right?
weirder than
You
what I
draw
was
this
talking about.
I ain't even never seen.
Hey yo,
Yeah, I was
Ace,
saying
can
that's
you, hey yo,
weirder than what I'm talking about.
just the simple question.
Yo, like-
it got them doing so much.
So,
shit, man.
but my
That's
thing
different
is,
than what I was talking
yo,
about.
like when I show y'all this shit, and I would love to show it to y'all. I wish y'all could tell me what the name of it was called. But the thing about it is, right? So I was thinking about this, and I'm like, why? Before I say it, I want y'all to see it. I want, Ace, you got it up.
I just got just one little thing.
Just show the quick video.
That they don't got the bars, but they got like it's like
It's the new math. It's
you
stupid.
can go look at that shit like little basic shit
All right,
like
look.
that. Like they
No,
got
no, no,
little
no, no,
regular
no, no,
shit. That's
no, no,
just
no.
too
All right,
much.
just look at that. This is how they want them to figure out the answer to that.
Oh
question.
yeah, like this. Oh no, that's
Look
not
at
the
this,
same
look at
thing.
this, look at this, look at that, just look at that. But that ain't the grid one I want.
That ain't
to
the
show.
grid one. I know
The
what you
grid
talking
one
about.
is fucking crazy. And they call it Chinese math. I don't know why they call it that. But my perception on this math thing is, like, why?
Like a football play.
It's crazy. It's
Just to make that answer that question, bro.
just the one on the left. It's just a simple question. They
A
got to
simple
do
one
all
like
that.
that.
That and made it into that.
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna tell you why.
It's confusing.
I
I
know the
said
reason
it's
why.
confusing.
I know the reason why.
What's the reason? What's the
I
reason?
know
My
why.
bad,
I know
man.
why. I know
What's
why.
the reason?
What's the reason?
So the reason is, right, they programming our brains to do different calculations. And I say that because they want us to be equivalent or as able to compute numbers like a computer. So
Okay.
basically what they made it, like the grid thing that I'm trying to tell y'all about, if you can pull it up, they basically want it to be a visual instead of mathematical. Like they want to make the math just visual now. Where like that wasn't the best one to show you. But what they want to do is they want to make the math where you can basically go compute fast, trying to compete it with a computer. Because there was no reason in the world for them to switch how 2 + 2 = 4.
All I'm gonna say is, I'm glad I ain't in
shit.
school no more. And I'm glad I ain't got no kids in school no more.
Cause I'm telling you, like they really are trying. I'm telling you, it's more to do with this. Yeah, like all right. So look, let me see. This ain't it, man. No, man. Math.
Yeah, that's even way different than what I was talking about. I know. Actually, it's not, because that was the thing. Because I was looking at one of his questions or his problems, and I'm like, all you got to do is add this or subtract this and multiply that, and you'll get the answer.
A whole different process.
And he like, I can't do that. If I do that, I'm gonna get.
Boom! This is what I wanted to show you. That's the math right there. That's the math.
And that's a Chinese multiplication.
And that's the math. That's the math right there. So you
21
draw
times 12.
Show the people on the camera.
So that's how you do it. Look.
It's
It's crazy.
Ace gonna do it.
It's called Chinese math. But look how they do it. And because that's why I said they're making it more visual. They're making it more. That's the one, right, Ace?
Yeah, it looks something like this. It's not all the way like this.
If y'all can see that,
They
it's showing
can
y'all.
see it. They can see
It's
it.
gonna show y'all what we're looking at.
This is what we talking about.
What up? What's up, Unique?
Who that's Unique?
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
That's
Damn, man, I miss Howie T in Trouble, man.
Yeah, that's
Black.
That's
Black.
the math. That's
I like Howie T over. What was your favorite Unique dog? Can we say that real quick?
Oh,
please?
Trub was cool.
Trub all day.
I like Howie T.
I ain't like
man.
none of them dogs. They all used to bark at me.
I like Howie
Trub
T.
is my boy.
See,
Howie
Unique,
T.
what you done started, man.
Yeah.
You gotta go
Hey,
from man
Unique.
all the way to dog.
And Unique, remember
Just that quick.
He got a new one though.
He was
Yeah,
they had they
Yeah,
had
got
Trub
one
in the pound once, right? They snatched Trub up, threw him in the pound.
Trub was dangerous, man. That was a dangerous dog.
Me and Keon went and got him out.
Yeah.
Broke him out.
Hey, Unique, what was your favorite? What was your favorite dog, Unique? I just want to see what he gonna say. I'm gonna say Howie T.
He got Creed now. He said his dog named Creed now.
No, who was your favorite out of all of them?
Yeah, who was your favorite dog from back in the day?
He gonna say Trub. I bet he say Trub.
Black,
Trub was
man.
the smartest
Black
dog
was
I ever
good.
seen.
Black was good. Black was good. Black was good.
And that's because we actually had Trub. Like when we got him out, Unique came and he was like, "Y'all can have me." We was like, "Word." And we kept him for a while. He was the smartest dog I ever seen in my life, yo. We put the muzzle on him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we put the muzzle on him, yo. We walking with him down the tracks, turn around, like, yo, where the muzzle at? It's 100 yards back there. He done pulled the shit off.
He said trouble.
Trouble.
He said trouble.
I knew he was gonna say trouble. I said he was gonna say trouble, man. I
He was
knew
the
it.
smartest dog I ever
I
seen in
knew
my
it.
life.
I knew he was gonna say trouble.
That was my boy too, and he had that messed up bark. He'd be like, that was my boy. Even though his ears was cut the hell off, all crazy.
Black was a good dog too. Black was that.
I ain't really messing with her.
That's the way he should run up the gate, right, Bar?
Yeah, he used to
That's
have
why
a,
he used to run up
he
the
had
gate.
a water
Inside the
hose.
house.
Yeah.
He had a water hose like
Inside
this,
the house.
and she'd just run up the wall chasing the water.
All right, so
I ain't
this
really
new
messing with her,
math,
though.
I don't know why they teaching it. I want to jump back onto that.
It's bullshit.
I don't know why they.
Yeah,
I would say
I don't get it.
it's bullshit.
But it's also fucked up because they teaching it to these kids, and you making it where your parents can't even help you.
Exactly.
Like, you
Exactly.
making it-
And I think that's part of it too. So now
Yeah.
you excluding the whole family in the crib to even help you
not even
out.
that, you're making the family structure different because you having the child.
You have a control over the child. and the
Yeah,
parent
instead of
don't
the
know.
parent, it's taking control out of the
When
parent.
I had that issue when my daughter first started, she was in 9th grade. She started high school out here. I just took her to the tutor.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know that. Like I had to take her to a tutor.
Yeah, you know, Joker's got great hands and all now, man.
Word, like,
Joker's
niggas
got
old
great
now.
hands and all.
Like I just took her to the tutor. I'm
And
like,
it's
man,
crazy because
I don't know that.
when I be at the crib with her, I'll be like, man, your mom's super smarter than me. I
And
can't,
you know what
I'm
though?
not even
But
going.
wait, not even just that. Like so, because I had to help some kids with their homework, and it's not even that. Like the instruction, like when I look at the kid homework paper, right, and I read what it say, and then I go look at the page, and I'm like, I don't even really know what answer they looking for here. Like if you got a kid that don't remember nothing that they learned in school, right? Because you looking for them like, all All right, well, how did they show
Yeah,
you?
let me see the notes
what I
you
would do.
took. Yeah, let
Like,
me
where
see
the-
the
where
notes
the-
you took.
where the-
Yeah, where the notes at? You took.
question that.
Like, show me.
Show me so I can go back
So
and
they think,
all right,
okay.
I see what they did.
Right.
All right,
I can work backwards.
Ain't
I
none
can-
of
It
them.
ain't
All
none
you
of
got,
that.
all you got is the sheet that they gave him to do for
Put the
homework.
questions on it.
And you like, ho.
Yeah, like,
All right, I know the
Right.
answer to that.
But-
And then they're like, no, you can't do it like
What
that.
you mean? Like the
That's
answer?
the answer.
2 + 2 is 4.
Yeah.
How you want me to write this? Like,
I don't know how I got it. I can tell you the answer. I don't know how I got it.
Yeah, and that's
So
the
I can't-
thing.
I can't
He
break
would
down
get
the
him. He
formula.
would get him wrong
That's
if
the
he
thing.
didn't
They
have
want
that
them
shit.
to have
Yeah,
a
if,
formula.
and they get it wrong if they just
To the-
Even if you got the right answer.
Yeah, they want to see
hey yo,
how
but,
you got the answer.
but
They want to see
honestly,
that formula.
like I'm gonna tell you the truth though, and the reason I said this to y'all, it's the computers. Like honestly, like if we think about us, right? Just think about us and what we grew up. Think about the math, the way that we was taught to do math, right? It wasn't really built for the computer generation. It was able to use it. We was kind of like
We had that.
Yeah, we
that
was
abacus. Remember the abacus?
yeah, like we
Yeah.
we got lucky because we weren't.
We missed that.
No, when I say this, we got lucky is because we was like in between. So it was like it was turning
It was
into
just starting.
It was about to turn into computer
curve,
age.
yeah.
So we was able to learn it with everybody else before it got there, and you know what I'm saying. Like the older people older than us, they wasn't able to do that. So we was still in tune
Yeah,
and
we
able
can
to.
go over here and we can
Mr.
come back here.
Seswan. Mr.
Right.
Seswan.
So what I
Seswan,
KJ2 Denmark, Mr. KJ2D, boy.
Seswan.
Joe, we still remember that.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. So what I'm saying is, I think now it's a programming for a different type of world, a more digital world, and I think that this type of math is going to help with that. Like I think
I
that
still don't see though. I don't see how.
I do. I
Unless you write in code or something
But
like that.
but think about it, yo. By teaching the math this way, people who wasn't code programmers, they may be now. You understand what I'm saying?
You might
the
have a point there.
The cause. There's a cause and then there's an effect, right? So
Nigga, I don't know how to write code, and when you read it and you look at somebody
It's
doing it, it look retarded.
but
Somebody that know how to
That's
do
just,
it.
and, not
Yeah,
even,
it don't.
and not even that.
Yeah.
People who just deal with like if they're making the numbers like this for people, like it's gonna be easy for them to spot an error in the code. Like it's going like pretty soon.
That's probably part of it.
I think that that's part of it. I think that that's to develop some, not everybody, because everybody's not
Everybody
gonna
ain't gonna get it.
right. But
Everybody ain't gonna pick it
I
up.
think by pushing it this way, they're gonna be able to see. Okay, damn, we got it. Okay, so we had 500,000 in the last generation. Now we only down to 20,000 because we need them to do this. So let's see what else. We
So you think it's a grand somebody behind
I'm
it?
not saying it's
Oh,
a
yeah,
grand scheme.
absolutely.
I don't think
Plan.
I don't think it's a total grand scheme, but I think it is a plan because to push everything forward. Like I think that it's a plan to push everything forward. Like if you're not trying to get the brightest minds out of the bunch, if you're not trying to pick them out and develop them, then everybody will stay stagnated. And I think that teaching this way because there was nothing wrong with the old way. Like there was nothing
That's
wrong.
how I do my pay my bills.
There was nothing wrong with the old way
That's how
to
we
get
manage
it.
our
I
accounts.
think that doing it this way is actually getting, if they're able to test, our schools test kids all the time. And it's basically they trying to find out what these motherfuckers could do and who gonna classify and what. Oh, he gonna be a worker bee. This motherfucker might be one of our Marines. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that these new teaching methods are to find that group that they looking for.
Code, and if you could read, if you could see.
The-
So when you look, so you kind of look at the matrix. You know how in the matrix, how the words go down like
And
that.
they probably pick
so
it out.
you seeing that, but you
Bullshit.
seeing you reading like a book or something.
Right? Like to them, like to us,
To
it look like
somebody who know this, you're
Philly.
seeing those numbers, but you got a different definition than just the numbers falling
I
out.
ain't mad at them. Like, if that's the way they gonna teach kids, like,
I ain't mad at it either, but I think you should teach the parents too. Y'all gotta do something.
Yeah, and you gotta let it be known, like, look,
I
who
wasn't
wants to
good
do
at
this
math back
and who
then,
don't
so I
wanna
know
do
I ain't
that?
gonna be good at this math.
Not
But
that
You
shit
wasn't good at. I thought you was good at math.
No, that was my worst subject.
No, you was
Math
good. I
was
thought
all
you was
about
good at
Reading,
math.
spelling, and shit like that.
Math was my shit.
That was
I
my
love
weak link.
math.
Math is well, you know,
Yeah,
I
math
don't want
was
to.
I ain't gonna lie.
No, you
First
was
that
smart,
math.
Dad. You was smart. Yeah, everybody know you was smart. I don't know why you was so bad though. Like you was bad.
Fella ass unapproved.
Yeah, I ain't.
You was a smart bad nigga.
Philly D.
Peace.
Not this ain't this type of show.
Unique used to have me around them dogs though, man. What? Dogs is crazy.
Yeah, trouble,
Crazy.
my boy.
Howie T was the more approachablest one. I used to go in the
Oh,
yard
that's
and fuck with
the big black one.
Brindle joint.
Nah, he was Brendel.
Howie T was Brindle.
Yeah, I remember.
Howie T.
We used to be on Grand Avenue, yo, in the park, and you would be like, "Truck, go home."
Yeah, Trouble was-
And we ain't come back around the projects, and he's sitting in the doghouse.
Yeah, Trouble was smart as hell.
He ain't messing with nobody. He just chilling like.
Man, I don't even like that dog. He chased me through the Lincoln building one day.
Who, Chuck?
That's the one he used to rob people with, right?
Yo, we
Trouble.
was running through the building, man. I ran through the second floor. I remember because Merciful, he ran and jumped up in the tree. He tried to jump the tree, man. He grabbed his sneaker off his foot, man. His foot was dangling. He
Trouble
snatched
was
his
no
sneaker off his foot.
That was my boy.
I remember Roadblock.
No,
Yeah, that was
the most
Whistling
infamous
Joy.
dog was fucking
Roadblock was
Who?
He used to stretch. He used to do stretches with him. Remember?
Wall Street.
Robot. Yeah. Remember we took him out that one day.
Dude.
You saw that cat?
He got that cat under the belt, bitch.
Hey, I got a question.
Crushing his skull.
I had something I wanted to ask. Like I know there's some people that don't speak to like certain people in their family or like stuff like that. But if it's one person that you should try to make your relationship work with, who would it be? I ain't saying you like this person better than anybody else, but if it's one person that
Personally,
you should-
or just our opinion on? Are you
Family.
asking?
You said just
No,
one person? You
Yeah,
mean?
just
Like,
one person.
Are you saying personally, or are you asking our opinion? Because in my opinion, like,
In your opinion, it ain't gotta be personal. In
Okay.
your opinion,
in my opinion, the one person that you would have to make something work with, the way you posed the question to us was, I would say your spouse. I would definitely say that, and after that, your mom. Like after that, my mom.
people. I need y'all answers too. For the
Yeah.
people that's watching, one
Yeah, say that
person
that
you
question,
should
yeah.
try to make your relationship work with. In your opinion, it don't have to be like personal, but in your opinion, who is the one person you should try to make it work with?
in your family.
Yeah,
Who would you
in
say?
your family?
not no friend like
I'm with
me.
you.
You with me? Like
I'm with you. You gotta make it work with your spouse. It's different for you because you ain't like
you ain't married. You don't have one, but
You
you
gotta-
I ain't married yet either. but
And then, like you said, then come your mother, your parents, and then your kids.
yeah, real talk. And the reason I say that order, and this is my personal belief.
Yeah, everybody.
Your
gotta have
spouse,
different-
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the person you chose, especially if you married. Like, that's the person you chose to marry. So
You personally
picked-
made that
So
decision.
y'all kind of the same person. Like y'all one, all right? Your parent, because at some point they can't really take care of themselves, and not even just that. Like, you gotta
gotta get back where you came from.
You know how it is when it comes with parents. I like that.
Yeah.
I like what you did. You gotta get back where you came from. And then the next ones, I would say it's your kids because they gonna rebel against you for most of their life.
Yeah, they gonna figure it out.
They're gonna rebel against you for most of their life until they mature and they realize, like, damn, now I see
What you say?
No, I agree with y'all, but for me, like you said, I ain't married, and I don't know, but I'd say your parent. Like for me, it'd be my
Parent
It's
mom.
your parent. It has to be
What you
that.
say?
Yeah, I'll say, like you said, right now.
Like, if it wasn't your
would
spouse,
definitely
it would-
be, it would
If we
definitely
take
be
that
your
out of the
spouse.
equation, yeah.
Yeah, and even when you do make it your spouse 9 times out of 10 is going to make sure that you make it, that your shit is right with your parents and with your kids. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the nucleus right there. If you got that together, then everything else gonna kind of
Like,
fall into play.
when
Wife
people,
every life.
Sometimes.
when people, that ain't always true. But when people be beefing with their parents, like, listen, I get it. Like, we had a whole moment on here, so we ain't gonna do that. Y'all remember that episode? We ain't
The
gonna
one
do
you
that.
cried?
Yeah.
I ain't
All right,
see that
come
one.
on, finish
I
the
wanna
story.
see
cry
that.
again.
Finish the story.
I wanna
man.
cry again.
So the thing about it though with your parents is like the reason that you have the reason why I think that it's important to do that for them, and the reason that you gotta have it because 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be gone before everybody else. Like they'll probably be gone before
In the
this.
natural occurrence of life.
If
Yes.
things go, not saying that you wanted to go this way, but if things go, it's supposed to be your parents will be the ones that's going first, so you got limited time left with them. And not only that, for most of the time you was with your parents, they was taking care of you. Like they was taking care of you.
But what about your kids? Because they the future.
Right, but that's the thing though. So you definitely want to have a relationship with your kids, but as I said, your kids, you gotta let them grow up, and they rebel like a motherfucker.
Half the time, man, when your kids get a certain age,
They know everything.
Daughter or son.
They think they know everything.
A daughter wound up getting a boyfriend, and he make it all about him, and then the son, he get a girlfriend, and it's all about her.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Her.
Yeah, like it ain't a matter of like, yeah, I love my parents, but I'd rather be with my girl.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could even be like you ask one of these, like, you ask your son, like, yo, I'm gonna go out to eat. And he was going somewhere with his girl. Man, look, can we go out tomorrow? You know what I mean? Like, yo,
can you bring me something back?
Yeah, like, it ain't gonna be. Or can she come with us? Because he gonna be like, well, I was supposed to go with her, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
because my daughter say, I'm like, man, he got some money. That's your work, bro. He got something.
Oh, you got something on the tab, nigga?
Yeah, like, he can come.
So I think your parents is first.
Parents first over your spouse?
I mean,
like you said, like you said,
don't have a spouse.
Your spouse, y'all are one
speak
anyway.
for them. We talking about you.
Well, it's spouse and parents, but for people that don't have a spouse, it's definitely parents. Like,
but you can't speak for them. They might say kids.
Well, I'm saying what they should say.
You can't say that.
He
forcing you.
That's what you're saying.
All right, what y'all think? If y'all got any comments, y'all could chime in too.
Ask me the question again.
Man, who do you think you should? All right, so look, Bettina, we got a question. In your family, what's the order? Like, who do you think you should keep a relationship with more?
The tightest.
Like, who you think you should keep? Is it your parents? Your kids?
Cousins, definitely.
Cousins.
I love my cousins.
And it definitely ain't just
some people might say they grandparents, because a lot of people
if my grandparents were still alive, it would be them. If they was alive, because they were my parents.
A lot of time.
That's what he's saying. Like, some people
they're not here
I
anymore.
spent a lot of time with my grandparents.
I learned a lot. Like, I spent a lot of time around my grandmom, and
like my grandpa, y'all know.
Yeah.
He's 38.
Hell
What?
yeah. Y'all won't come to the store like, oh. It's me, this guy. It's Kira. It's Kira, man. He's like, oh. Put the hammer back up.
Yeah, that was just something, because I was like wondering that, like, man, like, cause I know some people that beef with their parents, and I know especially like for us men, like, we look at mom and dad different. Mm-hmm. Like, mom and dad can do the same shit, but you can talk shit about my dad, but don't talk shit about my mom.
Yeah.
Well, in my case,
don't say shit about my mom. Yeah. You can talk about her. Don't say nothing about my mom though. Like, that's just that's just
see, and that comes, but that comes from the fact that your mom, you had that relationship with your mom first. That was the first person you ever had a relationship with before you was even outside of the womb.
Yeah,
y'all was having a connection that nobody else could have. Yeah. So that automatically, once you came out, then boom, the first thing you did was look for her titty. Yeah,
you looking for her.
So she was the natural nurturer from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So automatically, you're gonna have that relationship with her. But then, like you said, once they start getting older, and then they start doing their own thing, and then they start growing apart, then it's like, all right, I'm doing me now. I got my other titty that I'm gonna suck on. I got another titty that I'm gonna suck on.
Like mother and son relationship, like ain't nothing like that. I know some people like that. They get mad, like, oh man, this person take care of their son too much, or they do it. Like, I'm like, yo man, like, that's some other son. Like, I don't care how bad this joker is, what he do, that's her baby.
My sister said, what was the question?
Like, that's her baby. You ain't saying nothing about her baby. And he feel the same way about his mom. But the dad, on the other hand, might be different. He
But
might.
it's like that too, because the son and the mom have a relationship just like the daughter and the dad.
Yeah, and I don't know why it's like
I ain't
that.
got no daughter, so
Yeah.
I
It's
never
not
had
You know why
that.
it's like that? You know why it's like that, though? I can tell you why.
Why is it
I
different?
can tell you why, because when it's a man on man, like it's always that testosterone,
Yeah.
even if it is your son. Like even if you got boys, so even if it is your son, it's that testosterone thing.
Your
Yeah,
sons
once
never
the-
test
Even
you.
hold on, even if they ate,
Test
like
you,
even
like-
if you ate, like even if you ate, if you
Try to test
if
me
you talk
talking.
to, yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Even if you 8 years old and you my son, and you pop a little too fly in your mouth, like I might punch you in your stomach because I'm the dominant man here. You're my son. When it's your daughter,
Can't do
she
that.
could talk the same shit her
Grizzly.
mama say to you, and you be sitting there like,
You would-
boy,
You hit the
understand
hook
what I'm
down in the
saying?
basement,
Like,
hit the head
like,
down.
you was a little boy. Am I right now? Like, it's, and that's why, because you won't hurt. You will not. You know, with your daughter, you ain't gonna
No,
do that.
boy,
But with your
no,
son,
no.
man, I'll punch you in the stomach. Like, boy, stop playing.
Yeah, I'm
with
gonna
me.
have to slip it and then boop, boop. See, I told you.
Stop playing with me, boy. Like, and that's the thing. It's because it's that. It's like the Lions. Like, you know, the
To a
Lions.
point, yeah.
The Lions.
dominant
But why? But if it's like the lions, when the lioness have a male and they get older, they don't fucking kill their mom.
No, they leave. They gotta go.
Nah, they
They
gotta
gotta
go.
leave.
They gotta
leave.
start their own shit.
They gotta
They
leave.
gotta
The
start their
man-
own shit.
This is my pride.
Yeah,
You
start your own
gotta
start your own
you gotta go. Like you
You gotta
you
start
16,
your own
18. Yeah, you gotta leave, man.
Yeah, they gotta
You
start
gotta
their
leave,
own
man.
shit.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'm gonna chase you off. I ain't gonna kill you, but I'm gonna scratch
You
you,
can
up.
stay. You can even stay if you want, but you just gotta
But you
recognize
under me
who-
now.
Yeah, like, I'm the boss.
Nah, bitch,
And
it
you
ain't
can't,
going down like that
and
in
you
my
can't,
block, bitch.
you can't knock
Nah,
off
it
none of
is.
these lines.
Cause when he get big enough to be like he could kill his mom.
Yeah, but they don't do that to the
It's not a
mom.
mom.
They
They
It's
wouldn't
not-
do that.
He gonna try. He
He'll
not
do
gonna
his
try.
dad.
He
He'll
gonna try
fight
and
off his
take.
dad.
He gonna try
Yeah,
and
they
take
would.
the other
The other males out.
No, he gonna
They
try and
wouldn't
take the
do
other
that.
females. Like listen. The lions, the king lion, he has a bunch of lionesses. It ain't just
Few of
him.
them.
Right. So what happens is when the new young bull come and he ready, he want to challenge you for positioning that place. If the old lion lose, he gotta go. So then
Yeah.
all of these, and
But it's never from the same tribe though. Because normally when the lion take over, then he is the one who has sex with all the females.
I'm sorry, but they will have sex with their mother. They will.
Oh, I don't
They
know.
will. I'm
Sorry.
just saying. We talking about animals here,
That was
like.
National
But now you see it with
Yeah,
dogs. They will. Like they'll
Try
take
to
over.
pay attention to that.
They'll take over the
I
pride,
think
and their mom is a part of the pride. They take over the pride, and the mom is a part of it. They don't
I
differentiate.
don't know about that.
I gotta pay attention
They,
to that.
they, no,
Because
they
the babies
just
wouldn't come out right.
the male just go. Here go.
Yeah, the
He
babies
go out
would
on
be
his
The
own.
male,
He been
he
nomad.
has to
He
leave.
been nomad.
He has to leave if he lose.
And then you
Not
start
even if he
growing.
lose.
No,
He
if
got
he
to
win,
go.
if he win, no.
Yeah, because if he had sex with his mom, the cubs would come out fucked up.
It's like 9 other lionesses there though that he can have.
And they
Those
normally
is aunts and
relatives.
shit,
Yeah,
though.
they
I mean,
normally
aunts.
relatives.
Watch it.
I watch
I
it.
watch
I'm
that
telling
shit
you.
millions of times.
And they don't take over the pride. They don't make the whole lion leave.
It's
Because
normally
Yes, they do.
No, it's normally
It's
from
not
another.
lions.
It's normally from
because
another
usually
tribe.
It's
He'll
another one.
leave.
If another
That's
young
what I'm saying,
boy
it's
come
normally
in,
come from
he'll kill
another-
all them
another
shits and
tribe.
then make it
Yeah.
go with
Because
his
usually
mom.
he'll leave before that
Yeah,
happens.
he'll be gone by
He'll
then.
leave.
He'll be gone by
He'll be
then.
off
They
on the
got his ass whooped a couple times. Testing the
Yeah.
old boy.
Yeah, it's
So,
time to go.
you might be right about that.
Yeah, he like, all right, I'm good, so I can go out here and fuck somebody else up.
Yeah, and he gonna
Now
take
let
some
me
other shit
in. Now
over
let
there.
me come take your shit.
Y'all got any more
That
questions?
shit
Or
start
no?
over.
Questions?
I mean,
Yeah.
what's next?
That was good. We went from lions to dogs to mom and dad. And we went all over
Kids.
the
So that
world.
was a good one, though. I like that one. That was good feedback right there.
So we want to do sports real quick before we shut it down.
Lamar Jackson.
Fuck
Out.
everybody up.
He fucked
Yeah.
everybody ticket up.
Everybody shit up.
Everybody ticket lost
All right,
ass.
so we all got this. All right, people. We got the Packers and the Niners, and we got
Oh yeah, this is fun.
the Tennessee Titans
I don't know why you
and
so happy.
Kansas City.
So wait, hold up. I'm asking y'all too, cause y'all team's playing. Of course, you got Green Bay. Against
Honestly,
the
I
Niners.
think we're gonna lose.
So you,
What?
so
You don't got no faith in your
I do.
team?
I say honestly, like I keep it real. That's what I do. I can't. You want me to
What
say?
about
I think they gonna win.
I
That
hope
ain't
we
my
do.
team.
I'm betting $49.
I don't give a fuck who my team playing. I want my team to
Okay.
win.
I'm going for it, but I don't think they're gonna win. I'm going for them today.
All right, look. So if you
Somebody
lose,
said that's Keyron's sister.
Oh yeah.
We ain't
Nine
worried about what she
Nation.
said.
if
We
you
ain't
lose,
worried
can
about
we burn that hat? It's a nice hat, though.
I got
It's a
more.
nice- it's a-
I just got
No,
plenty.
we ain't gonna
We want to talk
Yeah, that's
No,
not the
all
jersey.
right,
I got more than
if
two.
y'all win, I gotta wear a Niners jersey, but you gotta let me borrow one because I ain't buying it. I'll do the same. If y'all win, I'll wear a Niners jersey.
All right. That's a bet. That's a bet.
That's
That's
a
a
So
bet.
next week.
That's
So
a bet.
bring the
So
Niners
bring the
jersey.
jersey next week. Don't bring this one because you wore it this
Nah,
week.
I got it.
I'm gonna bring that one.
No,
Just watch
bring
it.
He said just watch it.
Man, I don't even watch it.
I wouldn't watch that
You
shit.
can't get this one anyway. I got one for you.
No, I gotta get a bootleg one because I ain't giving you my one either. I'm gonna go buy
I get one for
Almond Green to somebody that they don't even play for.
Yeah, that's
I
my
get the
book.
big
No,
one
he
down-
don't play for him either,
I
but
think-
he's official.
I get one from down Columbus for $15.
What time the game? What time is the game?
Oh no, I think Spurs said like 6. I think they got a 6 o'clock game.
We all watching that. Anybody playing for that?
I'm probably. I don't know how to watch it because I'm
I'll
not
probably
just
be at
at
the
work.
crib.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I
what's
probably
gonna
watch it.
happen. All right, and the other game, who y'all got? Kansas? No, y'all ain't say who y'all think gonna win.
Yeah, who you think? Green Bay
I think the
Niners.
Niners gonna win. I think the Niners. I think the destiny is Kansas City and the Niners.
Man, fuck that. I'm going Green Bay, man. We gonna win. Cause we can't do.
Don't
no
just
work.
say it because of your brother.
I was.
Bang,
I know you was.
I was.
I know you was. Don't just do that because of your
Count
brother.
Rodgers out.
dog.
I'm
No,
not
listen.
gonna count
No, I'm not
Rodgers out.
counting him
I
out.
was thinking
They
that
gonna
too.
win.
I ain't
Just
never
like
gonna
everybody
count
thought
him out,
Lamar was gonna do all that shit. It ain't happen. It
the-
can happen
but the
now.
Niners-
I ain't
Don't
saying
act
it
like
can't.
it
The only
can't
thing
happen.
I'm not
say
saying
about
it
the Niners-
You
can't,
act
the
like
only-
it can't
but the
happen,
odds
bro.
are
The
against.
only thing
The
I
odds,
said.
fuck the
They
odds.
they like that. They like that. They like
Yeah,
that.
the
The
only
pressure
thing-
on them. The pressure
Yeah,
on
win
them.
some of
is
the
real.
best.
The only thing
And
I
we
said-
got all our defenders back. As you
And
can
that
see
shit
what happened
don't
last
mean
week.
But the only
nothing.
thing about the
Dude,
Niners
It's gonna
is
be nothing.
it's
We put three down, and we
It's
can
not
just sit
one
back and say,
person.
"Throw- we gonna throw
No,
it."
listen, it's
Okay.
not. The thing about the
You
Niners,
said-
Okay.
You can't play Rodgers like that, man. You got
That's the way we did the last game.
No, they was doing. All right,
We
go ahead.
got
All right,
three
all right,
down
I wanna know what
linemen
you stand, Thad.
And
The only-
Bosa coming from the side. Who he throwing the ball to?